Good day to you. For many on the metaphysical or spiritual path, one of the hardest things to do is to forgive yourself. You have, all of you, gone through so many life experiences. And many of those life experiences have been on a very negative, if you would call it, experiences. Of course they aren't, because from every experience, whether positive or negative, one learns a great deal. But the self part of you sees everything you do, and also makes you feel terrible for the things that you did that it considers wrong. You are, all of you, on a path of learning. You are, all of you, on a path of growth. And if you make mistakes, which all of you do, the one thing you must learn to do is not blame yourself, is not give yourself any thing that can come back to you from the self, because the self is very cruel. The self is very difficult to deal with. And if you have got things from your past that you haven't forgiven yourself for, it is time to sit down and either make a list of the things that you need to deal with, or say affirmations to clear them from your energy. Many people spend hours and weeks and days and years unforgiving because they think that they did something wrong. But you did nothing wrong. It was just a choice that you made. And as with everything, as I have said before, you learned something from that experience. It is a teaching tool, or it was a teaching tool. But the self part of you says, I hate myself. I can never forgive myself. And from the moment that you say that, it becomes, and eventually, if it's not dealt with and released, it will become an illness. It will become a dis-ease. Because that is where the word disease comes from. Dis-ease. You are not at ease. You are not at peace. Forgiving yourself has to be one of the most important things on your spiritual path, metaphysical path. It has to do with releasing energy, releasing the energy that you have put there because you will not forgive yourself. My channel once had a client who would not forgive, and eventually it became arthritis in her hands and her feet, to the point where she could not wear shoes because of the pain of the arthritis. And if she did not take any pain medication, she could not wear her shoes. It was very painful for her, but she would not forgive. All she had to do was to forgive her sister. Oh, but she would never do that. And each time she came into Margaret's energy and was around her, it seemed to get worse. Because Margaret's energy even then was a healing energy. And a very powerful one at that. And so every time she came into her business and she was around Margaret, it would make it worse. Because what was actually happening was it was bringing the resentment, the anger, the frustration that this woman felt to the surface, to try and release it, but she stemmed it back down again. She would not let it go. And finally she passed over, riddled with arthritis, not only in her hands and her feet, but in her whole body. And she will have to come back eventually when she makes the choice. And she will make the choice. Because in our world there is nothing to stop you. The self doesn't go to our world. Only the higher self of you goes. The self has no reign in our world. And it is only then that you can see the truth. Only then that you can see what happened as it happened and why. And so, it is very important to forgive yourself for whatever you have done. Allow yourself to be free. Allow yourself the freedom of not having that, whatever it is that you have not forgiven yourself for, weighing on your mind. If it's necessary for you to go talk to somebody, a therapist or a counselor, then go and do so. But do not take it with you into another incarnation if that is what you choose to do once you come home. If you wish, write a note to yourself. I forgive myself for whatever it is. There is nothing good and there is nothing bad. There is only learning. Thank you. Good day to you.